The triumphant return of Chevy Colorado videos is back on Jason Explains Things. This video explains everything you'll need to know to do a routine oil change service on any 2023 and up Chevy Colorado with a 2.7 turbo 4-cylinder engine. This service is usually done between 5 to 7,500 miles. When should you do it? My buddy Nate and I are going to discuss that at the end of this video.
And the reason why we did it, when we did it, and not any longer than when we did it.
Yes, all very true. We'll cover changing the oil, a tire rotation, and general inspection. We'll cover all the tools and supplies you'll need. And thanks to my buddy Nate here for supplying this beautiful, and his dog Margaret, for supplying this beautiful 2024 Chevy Colorado ZR2 Bison AEB edition.
That is correct. So the ZR2 Bison edition has all these fancy parts on it, but your oil change and maintenance intervals will be the same.
All the same.
And we'll find out if we have to contend with any of the skid plates being in the way for doing the oil change.
Right. So the Bison has extra skid plates that ZR2s and the Trail Boss and other trucks don't have, but we'll cover that when we get it in the air.
Yeah.
All right, let's pull it in.
Get it in the shop.
Awesome. For all the tools you'll need, pause the video now. For supplies you'll need 6 quarts of 5W30 full synthetic oil that meets GM's Dexos Gen 2 specifications. You'll need an oil filter. Wix is an excellent OEM quality choice, with the part number being WL10351. If you're using AC Delco, the part is PF66. Chevron Complete Fuel System Cleaner is optional and a great way to keep your fuel system clean and performing its best. So we're including that as well. Thanks Techron for sponsoring this video. Let's start the oil change. First, start your engine and let it idle for 5 minutes so the old oil flows out of the drain easily. So Nate found this lift used on Facebook Marketplace, so obviously we're going to be using it today, and that will make filming this easier, but you do not need it to do an oil change at all. You can actually do this whole thing on the ground. Maybe with some of the lower trims like the Work Truck Colorado, you might need to lift it a little bit, but you pretty much won't.
You know those videos online where the car kind of goes up and then it kind of goes sideways and it falls?
Yeah.
We're not wanting that to happen today, so.
That'd be really good for clicks, though.
No.
So definitely some good news. We can already see our oil filter is exposed, and so is the drain plug, so we will not need to remove any skid plates, even on the Bison. This is fantastic.
Right here. Oh, thanks, Chevy. That's so easy.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Remove the drain plug with a 15mm socket or wrench, and drain the old oil into a pan.
Oh, wow. That's like the loosest drain plug I've ever came across in my whole life.
It's got the threads.
Hey, not bad.
Hey!
Not bad, man. And it's still in my hands.
Just a little bit of splashiness.
That's pretty clean, man.
As of this recording, the drain plug gasket appears to be reusable, but inspect it for possible wear or cracking before you use it again. Remove the old oil filter with a pair of oil filter pliers. There will be some residual oil when you do this, so have a drain pan ready. Pre-fill the new filter with oil and lubricate the gasket with oil as well. Make sure the filter mating surface is clean. Then thread on the new filter, only tightening it down by hand.
I did it. Master mechanic.
Bonus points. It's a great idea to write the date and mileage on the oil filter itself so you know for sure when it was last changed. Make sure the drain plug gasket is also lubricated with oil. Then put it back on and torque to 18 foot-pounds.
If you're enjoying this video, hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe for more videos. Help Jason Explains Things reach 100,000 subscribers in 2024 or soon after, whenever. Just do it, please. Thanks.
Time to pour in the new oil. You want the vehicle to be level while doing this step. Pour in around 5 quarts of oil until there's at least some oil on the dipstick. Then start the engine for about 10 to 30 seconds. Now pour in the rest until you read close to the top full mark on the dipstick, but don't overfill. In our case, we used exactly 6 quarts. And here's how to reset your oil life meter in the truck.
So what we gotta do is gotta go into settings. So we go in the home, vehicle status, and now we're at the oil life. So select the oil life, and all we gotta do is hit reset.
Nice.
Back to 100%.
Nice job, dude.
Engine air filter life still says it's at 90%. That's pretty good. But it's kind of cool. Like you have all your brake pads, how worn they are, what's your tire pressure.
Let's talk about rotating your tires on your Colorado. So you want to do that at the exact same interval as oil changes, either 5 to 7,500 miles. Now, you can either do a 4-wheel tire rotation or a 5-wheel tire rotation. Obviously, with the Bison package, you have a matching, easily accessible spare. So we're going to be doing a 5-wheel tire rotation because it's easy and you'll get a little more life out of your expensive 35-inch tires, right, Nate?
That's correct.
For 4 tires, you're going to want to do a rearward cross tire rotation. The 2 rear tires move forward, the driver front moves to the passenger rear, and the passenger front moves to the driver rear. But for a 5-wheel tire rotation, it's a little more complicated, but you'll get it. You're going to want to do a modified rearward cross tire rotation.
Editor Jason here. A small warning, the Bison's matching spare tire does not come with a TPMS sensor installed. So if you want to do this rotation, you'll need to add one.
The 2 rear tires move directly forward, the passenger front moves to the driver rear, the driver front becomes the spare, and the spare becomes the passenger rear. So do all that and put your tires back on and torque your lug nuts to 140 foot-pounds, which sounds crazy from a Toyota guy because on a Toyota it's 83 foot-pounds, but it's 140 on this, which is nuts to me.
While doing the oil change and tire rotation is a great time to inspect your vehicle. Check the brake pad thickness and rotors for signs of wear. Check for any oil or coolant leaks. Check your suspension and steering components for any damage, loose nuts, or corrosion. This truck with 5,000 miles still looks new.
Nate, at some point we're gonna have to do a video about your Bison because one thing that's magical about it are these hydraulic bump stops. They are so cool. There they are in all their majesty. We gotta demonstrate those sometime.
Yeah, these are really great because it takes a little bit more of a buffer when you actually do hit off those big jumps. And the harder you push it, it just keeps on getting better.
I know, it just floats over the ground.
Right.
It's so cool.
You can actually see them a lot better in the rear of the truck. Like,
Oh,
look,
yeah.
Look how big that shock is hanging out though. Like,
It's huge.
look at this thing.
GM recommends changing your engine air filter every other oil change. It's easy to check how it's doing. Disconnect the mass airflow sensor wiring harness and use a Phillips screwdriver to remove the top part of the airbox. If the filter looks dirty, you can blow it off with some compressed air. If it still looks bad, then replace it with a new one. GM recommends a new cabin air filter every 22,000 miles or 2 years. Getting at your cabin filter is very easy on the 2023 and up Colorado. Open your glove box and compress the 2 tabs on the side to remove the door. Then remove the cabin filter cover that you see here. Nate's filter looks new, so we're putting it back in. And with that, our full service is done.
How often should you change your Chevy Colorado's oil? This is a thing that people, keyboard warriors, owners, and mechanics all love to argue about endlessly. So let's poke the bear a little bit, Nate.
Yeah, so what does the owner's manual say?
Well, the owner's manual does state that 7,500 miles is the, kind of the official base interval.
Or once a year.
Or once a year. That is another thing because these synthetic oils, while they're awesome, while you can drive them longer than conventional oils of the past, you don't want to let them sit because they can break down. Condensation in the engine can also deteriorate your oil, so you do want to change it. No matter if you drive only 500 miles a year, once a year, oil change.
And then we went to the owner's manual more and started talking about other different scenarios where you may want to change it early.
And we will show close-ups of this because it's actually quite a few. And so again, I think the thing is that the whole longer intervals, like 10,000 miles with Toyota, there's so many actual caveats. And if you look at the fine print, the factory does tell you that they exist. Should we go over a couple of them?
Sure, I think.
So there are so many. So again, stretch it to 7,500 miles unless you mainly drive in heavy traffic in hot weather, or if you live in a hilly or mountainous area, or if you tow a trailer.
Tow a trailer, okay.
Or if you, these are some funny ones, or if you do a lot of high speed or competitive driving.
Fair.
Yeah, fair. Or if you're a taxi, a police vehicle, or
not that.
Or a delivery vehicle. And if you want to check my work, that was on page 330. We're now moving to page 332 of your owner's manual,
okay,
you
so
guys.
3 pages of this. Sure.
We also have any vehicle consistently operated in high sand or dust environments.
Well, we got dusty environments here in Central Washington.
And then I believe also
kinda.
off-roading is stated. Vehicles mainly driven off-road in four-wheel drive or used in farming, mining, forestry, or snow plowing. So if you just drive your your Colorado
So what's the perfect scenario?
and long distances in mild weather, then you can change your oil every 7,500
not
miles.
mountainous.
But not mountainous, yeah,
Not
flat.
mountainous.
It has to be flat.
So if you're in Nebraska
If you're in Nebraska,
and your commute is like 20 miles every day.
yes, and it's not hot.
So April, Nebraska,
April, Nebraska,
no problems at 7,500 miles.
there you go.
Any other situation less than that?
Less than that.
But there's nothing saying you have to do this at 5,000 miles or 3,000 miles. It's just kind of at least under 7,500 miles.
Yep.
At least once a year.
Yes.
My kind of take on this is like, does it cost money to change oil? Well, of course it does.
It does.
But if I change that 5,000 miles and I can prevent some sludge in the engine,
Yep.
I think that's worth it, especially if you plan on keeping the truck.
Definitely, definitely. I mean, again, this is all, especially if you're gonna be, again, you watch this video, you're interested in doing your own maintenance, you're saving a lot of money. I mean, the supplies to do this, the tools to do it were really minimal. This is one of the easiest oil changes I've ever done on this channel, I think. And I seriously, dude, like even better than like older vehicles that were simpler. This is an incredibly easy oil change. So again, for me, my vehicles, I change them every 5,000 miles. I think this is like right at 4,800 miles.
Yeah, 4,800.
It's a great time to do it. We're
get
going right
underneath
into
it.
winter. It's gonna be harder on the truck during the winter. Might as well change the oil now. Be nice to your truck. You bought it. Treat it well, or don't.
It's up to you.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave your comments, happy or angry, down below. And until next time, God bless. Don't forget to do it yourself.
Let's do it next time.
You'll do it again, yeah.